Hello everybody, welcome back to another video for the day. Now we're going back into r/Tales of the Neckbeard because that video seemed to be doing pretty well and it's a new subreddit for the channel. So you know what, if you haven't already, like the video, comment down below during the video if you see something you like, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications, and Discord's down below. Thank you, let's go. Our first story comes from username KSHAF889. Cosplay isn't consent, weeb. So a few years back, a friend and my cousin decided to go to a con together. I decided to cosplay my favorite anime character, Sailor Moon. I was 18 and legal, but still. Dude was at least 40 and had the distinct smell of BO, Cheetos, and old Camel cigarettes. Okay, so I had a lot of people ask about my cosplay and how long I had worked on it and such. I'm not really good, but let's just say it was convincing despite my lack of sewing skills. So Neckbeard asks for a picture and I say okay, we pose, everything is fine, but he keeps asking for more, and then every single pose she does. Annoying, but fine. He follows us the whole time, but from afar, my cousin and friend decide they want to go to someone's meet and greet, so I go and get some food. Enter the Neckbeard. He stands super close in line, almost touching, and then I finally realize he's sniffing my hair. I got my stuff and he attempts to grab my arm and lean in for a kiss. I get really uncomfortable when I'm touched, and I panicked. He kept going on and on. With him and Sailor Moon were meant to be. And I need to let him be my tuxedo mask. He won't let up and keeps grabbing my arm harder, squeezing it. And I freeze, I can't even talk, I'm so claustrophobic. Finally, a fellow cosplayer, ironically a tuxedo mask, threw his prop rose at the Neckbeard and got me out of there. Some Neckbeards don't understand you're not actually the character. They also don't get cosplay is not consent. Now, while this is a short story, it is one that is all too true, and I've honestly seen this happen myself in person where I've been at cons. People just don't let up, they're relentless, and they just want to get more and more graphic photos of the cosplayers, because guess what, they don't think that they're actually a person, but at the same time, that person who is in the costume is afraid beyond belief. I honestly hope you're doing well, and I really hope that doesn't offset you from any future conventions. Our next story comes from username JimmyL2014. Neckbeard pretends to be gay to get close to women. This is a story about a neckbeard/nice guy who I will call Matt. Matt was an out and proud neckbeard, but a gay one. We first met him at a workplace where he joined with a woman who I will call Jill in group hiring, who he was friends with. They always hung out together and seemed to be good friends with. Along with the Neckbeard, he would always complain about how all of the hot gay guys were taken and never available, bemoaning how he was such a nice dude and was never taken seriously or given a chance because all the hot gay dudes want to frick little twinks and no one wants a nice bear these days. These women in our group seemed to like him, but all to the guys, including me, kept away from him. He didn't come on to us or anything, but there was something about his personality we absolutely did not like. As it happened, I became good friends with Jill. We would often go out for coffee and share some good times, but there was never any chemistry, and we both knew that and were cool with that. Unfortunately, oftentimes our social outings would come with Matt tagging along. He was always interjecting and making everything about himself. It was annoying, but I just bore through it the best I could. I didn't want to make an issue because it would upset Jill, so I kept my trap firmly shut. Matt would regularly go shopping with Jill where they would both buy things, but it came out that Jill would often ask Matt for his opinion on clothing, including underwear. Sometimes her sister would join in on the shopping, and everything seemed cool. Stuff went down after I found a new job. You see, Matt couldn't hack the job for more than about 3 months and left. It was hard sales over telephone, but not quite telemarketing, but close to it. After another year or so in the sales job, I went to work at a telecommunications company in support, rather than sales, as I was a bit burned out from sales at the time. It was there where I met Matt again. As it turns out, he was a member of my team in the support role. We got to talking, and I casually asked if he had found a boyfriend yet, and what he responded with floored me. "Oh, I'm not gay. I don't have a girlfriend either." Alarm bells starting to immediately ring in my head. After inquiring further, I found out that he was not even bisexual. He didn't seem to remember that he had told me he was gay, or any of the group at previous places I had worked. After speaking with Matt, I immediately contacted Jill on Facebook and have more or less transcribed our conversation below. "Hey Jill, I know it's been a while since we last spoke, but I have a question for you." "Oh hey Jim, it's been a while, what's up? Are you still friends with Matt?" "I haven't spoken to him in a few weeks, but yeah, we're still friends." "Okay, cause Matt just told me he is not gay." "What do you mean?" "He just told me straight out that he isn't gay, not even bisexual." "That doesn't make any sense, he told me he was gay." "Apparently not, he's working at the same place I'm at not." "Hold on, let me call him." I just called him and he told me he was gay curious at the time. "So he's confirmed to you that he wasn't gay?" "Yeah, I guess so." "But didn't you go shopping a lot before?" "Yeah, why?" "Like underwear shopping?" "What the frick?" "On a pretext that he was gay." "Oh my god, I never thought he had any attraction for girls." "I'm sorry." "Oh my god, I feel sick." Do you want to meet? No, not right now, but he's seen both of me and my sister nude. From there, I don't hear much over the next week or so. About 8 days later, I speak and she tells me that she's gone to the police about the issue and they are taking it from there. You see, not only did Matt see both her and her sister nude, but for the majority of the time, her sister was 16 to 17, completely underage. Stuff went downhill for Matt very fast. He was arrested by police and charged with sexual assault of a minor, charged under the Peeping Tom law, and in criminal use of a camera to record private activity. The case went to court where both Jill and her sister testified, along with 3 other women. He was convicted of all charges and sent to prison for 4 years. He also registered as a sex offender for life. He got out last year and hasn't been able to find work, and his life is in shambles. He systematically ruined his whole life through his sexual perversion. Jill is doing fantastic now, has a great job, and is married with a child on the way. That's not even just creepy, that's just horrifying. Like, seriously, people could just pretend that they're gay, and then all of a sudden, you can just get these very, very bad scenarios that come up. And they're not just scenarios, because they actually happen. Or you do realize that eventually this is going to get bad enough where people need verification of their sexuality or some sort like that, so that stuff like this doesn't happen. Like, this is how bad we're going to become. But if I do remember anything from the prison tier from one of my classes, but sexual offenders and the pedophiles, they're at the absolute rock bottom. Like, even the inmates look down on them. Like, they're pitiful. So I hope that he had a wonderful 4 years. Our next story comes from username FireRight101. A neckbeard harasses a friend and a convention and breaks a prop. So before we get fully into the story, you need a bit of background info. Me and my friend are both avid cosplayers and share a love for video games, especially Rainbow Six Siege. My friend looked old for her age and she was cosplaying IQ and I was going as Bandit. I will be referring to my friend as F me or me and N for neckbeard and J for Jaeger. Me and F were browsing the floor looking at posters and just kind of looking around. We were stopped for pictures here and there, but nothing out of the ordinary. We were told by a Jaeger cosplayer that our 6 meetup was happening in a few hours, and he just hung around with us while we walked the floor. At one of the booths, I stopped to buy a few patches. While there, after a few minutes, F got a slight tug on the back of her vest from neckbeard. Oh, hi, am I in your way? No, I want pictures of you. We thought it meant all of us all backed away from the booth and stood together for the picture. No, I just want you, dear. Okay. Me and Jay buggered off and took the photo while the last one he tried to lean in and kiss her on the cheek. While she was wearing a tight bandana over her face, but still wasn't okay. Dude, what the frick? What? I just wanted a picture. Don't do that without asking. Cosplay isn't consent. Signs were put up around the con saying it is also a common practice for this con. Alright then. He takes his phone and leaves for now. He follows us around the con all day, not bothering us, but we know he is there. Every time we stopped at a booth, he would offer to buy F a gift or whatever item she seemed interested in and would often stand right behind her. When we got to the meetup, there were a few other R6 cosplayers there and we all hung out while we waited for the photographer to arrive. In the meantime, F sat down her prop, Og, which we spent a great deal of time or work making with wood, Eva foam, and PVC pipes. But the barrel was only PVC and a thin line of Eva around it. He hovered around and when she set it down, he picked it up shortly after and no joke, sniffed it. She took notice pretty quickly and tried to tell him to give it back to him, but he wouldn't budge and said he was just looking at it. Most of the R6 cosplayers were standing near and watching it go down while the neckbeard kept refusing to give it back. Eventually, I got fed up with this BS and tried to take it from him forcefully. Keep in mind, we are off con grounds at this time, so we can't just call security. When I tried taking it from him, I managed to get it mostly from him, but he was holding onto the barrel still, and I yanked it from him, but the barrel broke off, and at this point, he was getting yelled at by me, F, J, and a few other cosplayers. I have done nothing wrong, and now you're accusing me of breaking your props? You leave me in all day, making me think you liked me and teasing me with your cosplay when you were just some girl he thought. He proceeded to walk away. We took her to cosplay repair, fixed it, and the day went on fine from there. Seriously, I think the moral of the story for this whole video is just cosplay does not mean consent. Just because somebody is wearing something certain in a way that you seem to like it in a certain special way, that does not mean you get to go up and play the touch tank like at the aquarium. And this doesn't just stretch to neckbeards, it goes for literally anybody. I've seen a majority of people who cosplay Deadpool at conventions just being general jerks. Like, I'm not even joking. Go to any convention, the Deadpool's usually going to be the jerk. You know what? I'll have to keep a tally for what I go to see at MagFest this year. You know, it's coming up in early January, and I should already have my ticket. Actually, I need to get that. Alrighty, but with that, that's gonna have to be it for the video. If you would like what you had seen, be sure to like the video. If you like something you want to talk about, leave a comment down below. And if you haven't already, be sure to slam that subscribe button, turn on them notifications. Don't forget that the Discord is in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.